Good morning. How are you doing? For those who do not know me, my name is Jessica Adams. I am making this video to inform people of my side of the story and what's going on with me. For those who do not know me, for the last couple of years, I have been dealing with a device that had been placed inside my body by doctors. Okay, only had 2 surgeries, one on my side for an abscess, they said it was, and the other one was a C-section. Okay, so in between those times, this is when the device was put into my body. Well, 2 devices. Um, so I'm going to break down that situation, and for those who've been following me and those who heard about me, and I'm pretty sure it's a lot of y'all because I see, people making comments, celebrities and people that do the news, broadcasters, and just everyday people, So I know you know of me, and I have allowed people to spin their narrative about my situation because I feel like if you really had a problem with me and you really had an issue with me, you can contact me. You can find me, and we could resolve it. But since they know that I'm not like into social media, they use that platform to spin their narrative about what they want people to know. And, I was cool with that because I am secure within myself. I know who I am. I know my truth. And I feel like I don't have to go out my way to try to knock somebody down or go out my way to badmouth somebody to other people that really don't, care about me or them, to be honest with you, and are just looking for entertainment or just looking for a relief to get away from their own, hurt and their own pain and their own anger just for, if it's a time being to make it. I don't know, people are attracted to negativity. People are attracted to stuff that does not make them better. And I just did not want to be a part of that. You know what I mean? I didn't want to go back and forth trying to knock somebody else down for how they feel or lack thereof. You know what I mean? Some people just jump on the bandwagon just because. Excuse me, my voice is a little cracky. It's early in the morning. I just felt this time to get up and tell my story, so this is what it is. Okay, first I would like to say that this is my story. This is what I have been going through. This is my journey. This is how I feel. Now, I'm not knocking nobody else for how they feel or what their journey was or how they perceived it. They had their time. They did what they needed to do. They put out there what they needed to put out there. Now I'm speaking up. Okay? Now, so I want to first start by explaining what it is that I feel is in my body, who I felt put it in my body, and that story first. Then I will make other videos explaining the people that's around me who try to knock me down, whether it be people at my job, my family, relationships, whatever. Okay? That feel like they had it, they needed to justify themselves in this manner, and like I said, I'm not knocking them for how they feel because obviously if they felt that strongly, they could have came to me, contacted me, we could have resolved it before it got to the issue. But they chose to handle it the way they chose to handle it, and that's something they have to deal with within themselves. Okay, so first of all, I want to start by saying during this quarantine time, I know that we are rebuilding ourselves as society. We are trying to search for the truth, and some truths are being revealed to us. And it's our responsibility to use those truths and make it better, our situation better, not just for ourselves, but people around us. And I always, try to hold myself to a standard of being better, doing better, thinking better. And to change my mindset was definitely difficult. That's why it took me so long to come out and expose these people who have done me wrong, not because out of fear, because I live my life every day and do what I want to do every day and say what I want to say every day and just been me every day. But I needed to take a step back and stop playing the victim and to really look at the whole situation at whole, because I had been victimized. Don't get it twisted. But I didn't want to be in the victim mentality, because that held me in a ball of anger, in a ball of frustration, and a ball of confusion. And I was in the darkness. I could not see who was throwing the rocks and hiding their hands, because the same people that was coming to me saying this and that and that and this are the same people who was holding me in that negative mindset. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to go deep into that on another video. But that was something I have to deal with. And my journey is my journey. I was not meant to move at nobody else's pace or how somebody else felt I should have done it. I did what I did for me. I responded to it the way I best could for my mental health, for my emotional health, for my growth. Okay? And for those who do not understand that, or wondering if this is true, why haven't I been came out and said something? Why haven't I been came out and did anything? I have behind the scenes been trying to reach out to these doctors. I have receipts. I have phone calls. I have all of that. I have been contacting different lawyers. I have been contacting, people just to give me like an insight on what I should do or how I should go about it, because this is something new to me. And I'm pretty sure this is something new to America. This is something new to a lot of people. Not new in the sense that we have, people of color have not been mistreated in the medical field for decades, centuries, but new to this exact situation. You know what I'm saying? This is the exact situation. And I feel like before I came out and exposed any doctors, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to give them the opportunity to rectify the wrongdoings they have did. To, everybody's human. I cannot ask for forgiveness and not forgive. You know what I mean? So I feel like I just wanted to reach out to them before I expose them, because everybody make mistakes. And at that point in their life, maybe they were in a hateful place. Maybe they had hateful tendencies. Maybe they just was in a bad mood. I don't know. I'm not trying to figure it out. I don't care. But I gave them opportunity to clear up what they have done. So with that being said, as you can see, I'm making a video, so that means none of them came forward to say, yes, Miss Adams, it was wrong of me to have done that. It was wrong of me to, put the device in your body or know of it during surgery at the time when you had your life in my hand. I violated you. Whether be if you like the way I talk, like the way I walk, you heard something I said about Susan, John, May, Becky, whoever. whether you like my political views, whether you like my social status, whether you like the way I talk about religion, whatever. When you go to a doctor, they are supposed to be biased of all things. And we hold these medical professionals at a higher standard for that, but at the same time, we forget that they are still human beings. They are still human beings. They hate. They have evil thoughts. They do evil things. They make bad decisions. We have to understand that. And the way that this medical protection is set up, it is hard to get a case against any of these doctors or medical field, because you have to go to another doctor to prove that the first one was neglectful. And they have a system, a brotherhood, a sisterhood, whatever you want to call it, to protect each other. So basically, it's like you against every medical person, because not only will your lawsuit affect that doctor, but it opens the gates for other people to use your case to come and say neglect against me. So they have to protect each other. They have to protect the sanctity of this, system. And my thing is this right here. Just as in any job, you know what I'm saying? People make mistakes. And yes, you have a clause to protect you from your mistakes. But when you are blatantly hurting people, blatantly doing things that you know is not morally right or within the standard of the medical procedure, when you are blatantly leaving things in people's body or putting things in people's body that you know was not there before you started it, so it shouldn't be there after. Therefore, that's a whole different level of neglect. And I just want to make this video, introducing the situation at hand, because it is real. This is what I am going through. This is what I've been going through. And like I said, I had to spiritually heal myself, mentally awake myself, and get to the point where I was comfortable with being vulnerable. Because